Hello everyone, this is Shankar. Hope you're all doing good. Welcome to the series of Apache Maven and Jenkins, part of the continuous integration and continuous deployment. So in the previous part, that is part one, we have discussed what is the need of continuous integration and continuous deployments for the major organizations who would like to deploy as frequently as to the production, like on a weekly basis or a daily basis or multiple times in a single day. If they wanted to deploy certain things to the production or maybe a pre-production, we're going to adapt, or the organizations are going to adapt the continuous integration and continuous deployment model. So please watch part one before you actually get into these full details of part two. So what is the agenda in today's one is, so in order to achieve that, we're going to look at two major tools. One is the Maven software and the Jenkins software. So Maven is kind of a build management tool. So we'll have a quick introduction of what is this Apache Maven software and how do we actually install this Maven software. So that's the quick agenda for today. So a little bit introduction about Maven software. So Maven is essentially a project management and a comprehension tool which provides you in managing the builds, the documentation related to it, and it can help you in generating quick reports. And the biggest advantage of this is it takes care of all the dependencies. This is a major problem in the world of Java, that you will be working with the different jar files. Let's say, for example, one of your colleague develops you and gives you a piece of code which is dependent on one of the jar file with a particular latest version. And suppose you're trying to integrate into your reference libraries and start using it, but suppose you don't have the expected version on your machine. Let's say you have an older version of it. Obviously, the code is not going to compile. So that's not going to be really a problem at all when you actually use the Apache Maven, because Apache Maven maintains all these repositories in a central library. For example, when you go to Maven repository, you can, so mavenrepository.com is where all the central libraries are maintained. For example, if you want to get the jar file of JUnit, you can actually get it from here. Let's say you're going to use testng and you need the jar file of it, you can actually get it from here. Or maybe you're using something related to Cucumber. Maybe if you're using a behavior-driven development, um, you can actually find all that. So this is a central repository where it will maintain all the jar files. So taking care of those dependencies is the biggest advantage, and it can even help you like software configuration management. Uh, Typically taking care of all the configurations, dependencies in a proper way. And then also helps you in a smooth way of releasing and distributing your software, right? So that's the main advantage. The other benefits of it is it makes the build process very easy, and it also provides you a uniform build system. So if just the QA decides that we wanted to use the Maven test, it's not going to help a lot. Both the dev, test, as well as the operations team, everybody should be onboarded onto this Maven system. Then only it's going to help you in a uniformed way of building your software. And it actually provides best practices during the development itself, so that from the development itself you'll think about how it's going to impact with my build system and what kind of things that I should take care of. So these are some of the advantages of using the Apache Maven software. There are a lot of organizations using Maven underneath have developed their own build systems. Basically, they developed a wrapper on top of it to customize as per their organization's need. But underneath is still the Apache Maven, which is an open source software that's they are using it. So let's see how do we actually install the Apache Maven software. A quick check whether you already have Apache Maven software on your system or not. Hopefully you might not have, most of you will not have, but you can do a quick check. Go to command prompt from anywhere, just type mvn-version. If at all you get the output as a version is available, some version, whatever is available, that means the software is already available on your machine. But people who don't have it, you typically get it as mvn is not recognized as an internal or an external command. So we'll quickly see how we actually, from where we can download and then we can use it. So just go to uh, maven.apache.org. This is a main website, or official website for the Maven software. It's basically from an Apache organization. You might have used other jar files from Apache like Apache POI, so it's the same thing. So go to the download section. You can actually go through its details from here when you get some time. Go to download section and you go to this particular file, Apache Maven 3.5.0 binary.zip. So you can actually click on it to get it download. I already have it on my machine, but let it just download. So, or I can cancel it because I already have it. So if you go here in my downloads, you can see something like this, Apache Maven 3.5.0, and ensure it has a proper downloaded with around somewhere 8,000 kilobytes or more than that. So this is going to come as a compressed file or a zip file. So you can do a right click. If you have a software like 7-zip, which is a free version of it, free software, you can download it from internet and you can actually extract the files. Or if you already have WinZip, you can actually unzip into some folder. And when you uncompress it, it looks like this, Apache Maven 3.5.0, and here is a software. So what you do is just copy this into one of, so I'm right now in downloads, so don't start working everything through downloads. Just put it somewhere. Maybe suppose I have space in my C drive. I already have. Just place it somewhere in C drive, D drive, E drive, wherever you have the space. Okay. So after uncompressing, copy the entire folder and just put it in some location. The next thing that you have to do is, for example, from anywhere, like I'm actually in C drive and I typed ambient version, it was able to pick up and tell me here is a Maven home. Here is actually, so this is my actual location. C drive, Apache Maven is where I have, but it is able to recognize from anywhere. So to do that, what you have to do is you have to set this as a path in your system variables. I'm sure you might have done for Java when you're actually installed it for the first time. So you go to My Computer Properties, or in Windows 10, the way I'm doing it, this PC Properties. Go there, you have Advanced System Settings, go to Environment Variables, and go to the section of System Variables, which is below, and then you have something called Path here. Click on Edit, and you can click on New, and just copy that path here. For example, so copy this path, C colon Apache, wherever you copied it, and just click on new and give that path here. But you can see I already have it here. So you have to give up to bin directory. So this is not enough. So you have to give /bin as well, because you can see from here up to bin we need this. So just give up to this. Since I already have it here, I'm actually deleting this. So just delete this. So once you add it, it looks like this. I'm sure you might have done the same thing for your Java as well. For example, I added my C colon program data, Oracle, Java path. So in older versions of it, you will not get a window like this to add. You need to separate each path value with a semicolon without really disturbing the existing paths. For example, if you disturb Java path, it might not understand your Java. For example, I'm right now here in C drive, but when I say Java version, it's able to get the Java version. It won't be able to understand when you disturb the path of Java. So same case when you disturb something like this JDK bin, if you remove that. So don't disturb any of these existing paths, rather just put a semicolon and add it if you are using the older version of it, Windows operating system like Windows 7 or 8. But in 10, you will have this advantage of just clicking on a new and then giving the path. It'll automatically, you can see the way it's actually adjusting semicolon and don't do that. So that's all basically how do you going to install the Maven software, and after that you can actually close and open the command prompt and then again go and type mbn-version and it should give you a proper version. First time you got a command not recognized, but after you install the download the Maven, extract it and give this path into your system variables, now it should be able to understand. So that's all for now. So what we're going to look at in the part three is actually how do we create a Maven test and how do we take care of all the dependencies that we are going to have it. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me on this email ID, shankarS3softglobal@gmail.com. Happy to help you. Or if you're looking for a detailed training on any of these things, maybe related to Selenium WebDriver, framework development, or the Maven Jenkins Git and GitHub robot framework, or typically the classic manual testing, or maybe a test-driven development, behavior-driven development like using Cucumber, or maybe you're looking for any of the test management tools like Jira, HPLM. So do reach out to me on this email ID, shankar s3softglobal@gmail.com. That's all for now. Thank you all for watching this video. Have a good day. See you in part 3.